going on, everybody? Welcome back today, guys, to the channel, Gran Turismo 7. We are here today for our second official episode on the game. Now, I took it upon myself last night to play the game for about a good hour and a half or so. Just sat down with the controller and did some of the license testing. Also did some of the extra races, but there was a lot to talk about and a lot of first things that I noticed while playing the game. So I wanted to go over those with you for today and see how you guys are liking Gran Turismo 7. Now, before we start today, dad joke of the day coming from a road last episode, and he goes, how did the telephone propose to his girlfriend? He gave her a ring, right? You get it? It's a phone, right? No. Okay, leave your dad jokes down below if you think you have a better one. Huge thanks for watching today. Don't forget to slap that like button for everything Gran Turismo 7 in these upcoming weeks. But I figured I'd record everything that I was doing last night. Again, it was on the controller, and first impressions with the adaptive triggers was I wasn't a big fan of them. It was actually a lot harder to keep the car consistent with the triggers than ever before, it felt like. They were really stiff. They were hard to kind of get that, that bite feeling where you wanted it, especially on the brakes. I would find myself, kind of over braking at times. But once you figured out the sweet spot on the controller braking, I felt like it was actually really good and it was useful. You could actually grab the grip exactly where you wanted it to without locking up the tires. And it kind of reminded me almost like the Xbox Elite controllers where they had the toggle switches on the back of the triggers, because I would be able to brake perfectly on Forza Horizon 5, and it kind of feels like the same but different almost on GT7 now, but I've been really enjoying it. Now, the difference from racing to drifting seems to be night and day, though. That is one of the biggest things. I have yet to really drift on the controller, but I did drive around my 350 on the high-speed ring, and I'll show you guys a few of those clips, and it felt weird. It just did not feel right on the controller. The car was really twitchy, almost reminded me of a Forza Motorsport style physics. I mean, you don't really notice it when you're driving. It's when you're actually starting to drift and the car starts to get a little bit tail happy. You can see even the driver hands in the cockpit, they just really don't know what to do. They look really awkward, and I do hope that they get a fix for that very soon, especially for people that are in cockpit, because the head wobble is interesting, and it's something that a lot of people have been discussing. Some of them like it, some of them don't. I noticed Super GT, he was kind of liking it, not liking it. It seemed like he was a little bit more inconsistent with the new cockpit view and then ended up going back to hood view. So it seems like it's going to take some dialing in on the cockpit view, on the way that the head kind of wobbles around and moves, but it seems like I like it this year. It's different, and I think it's a good different in my personal opinion. It's going to take some time to get used to 100%, but at the end of the day, though, it is different, and I think I like that about a new game. It's just something about playing a new game. You're expecting small minor tweaks to be in there, and I think we've got enough of those small minor tweaks, right? The cars look different, it feels like. They also feel different, and when you get them on the rain, it's a whole nother story. So even the rain is very different, and it does feel very slippery. I seen a couple tweets yesterday going over the rain just saying this is way too slippery, and I didn't really believe how slippery it could be. Now, mind you, you have to fit on the proper tires. I think on the race that I was, in the rain, I didn't even have my wet tires on. I could have, they could have been already put on, but I do believe I didn't have them on. The car was getting out there, but it was realistic. It felt really good, and it felt like an immersive experience with the rain. So I think everything is done right. It's a matter of us understanding the new differences and just adapting to the changes. Now, I did roll through the A-class licenses last night as well too, on the controller, mind you. I was not on a wheel for any of these, and the car looked extremely smooth. Like I said, when you're driving, when you're racing, the car looks great, and I have no complaints whatsoever about that. Now, I did let the game just kind of play itself for a little bit. I grabbed a drink and came back, and we had the AI racing around the Nuremberg ring. Probably one of my favorite things about Gran Turismo is the fact that when you leave it for a little bit, you come back, you never know what you're going to see on the game. You really never know, and I really like that about that. But just a huge thank you to Gran Turismo for making another incredible game on launch day. We didn't have any issues on launch day. There was no server problems. At least I didn't see any, right? If you guys had any, let me know in the comments section down below. But we did have Mellow King Mal, and he goes, A9, hands down, has been a nightmare. I'm so close to gold on manual using DualSense. Yeah, there was a couple of these license tests that definitely did stretch my time a little bit. I think A9 was the Honda NSX one, and that one took about a good 12 minutes or so on the controller. So it did take a little bit of time for me to figure it out and get going. But this was the gameplay I was telling you guys right here. The controller drifting the 350Z, it was weird. It had that snappiness to it that it was a weird sensation to feel again, considering we have never really experienced this on GT Sport for so long. At least I haven't. I don't know if you guys have, but I did clip a few of these accidents, and it was an interesting feeling, especially paired up with that brand new cockpit head wobble, which I don't know if I like option 1 or option 2 yet. There is 2 of them, mind you. I don't know which one I like. I feel like 2 is a little bit more kind of all over the place, where 1 was a little bit more steady, kept that horizon plane a little bit better. But this was race number 2 on the high-speed ring in the wet. Now this, like I said, this caught me right off guard, and I think these are going to be really fun races once you tune your car properly. We did have a comment here from Beowulf last episode. He goes, Slap gets a PS5 GT7 new wheel setup, enters a race, switches to chase cam. I'm so sorry, man. I love the chase cam on GT. Always have. Back in the day, GT4, it got really static, and then the ability to kind of, move the camera around you was really helpful to kind of allow that sway a little bit. And I've kind of fallen in love again with the in-cockpit and third-person chase cam on GT7. I think they've just done everything right this year. If you guys have found anything that you don't like about the game, let me know in the comment section down below, other than these awkward hand movements in the car. You're going to see what I'm talking about, but right here, obviously we only have that 180-degree rotation on the hands in the game, which is a very weird thing for a 2022 game to come out and just have your hands go left to right. But alright, that's okay. We're going to go over that. But what is weird is the way that the driver tries to control the car in the cockpit view when you do get sideways. And it's sometimes he seems like he doesn't know what to do with his hands right now. Ricky Bobby, right? Come on now. So hopefully, they will fix that in these later few updates and maybe just fine tweak the hands on the in-car cockpit. But I did have a chance to go sideways a little bit, and that ended up into a massive double 360 into the guardrail. However, I enjoyed my time. I love GT7 so far. Let me know your thoughts down below. We're going to continue on with the content. Like I said, these last few days have been me catching up with the game. Obviously, I got the game on Friday morning, had to install it, 3 hours, then you record, you edit, right, you play a little bit, and boom, it's 7 o'clock, and I'm trying to get my first episode out. So if you guys missed my first episode yesterday, definitely go ahead, click the link down below. If you guys missed any of my Thrustmaster unboxings, my next level FGT Elite unboxings, click all of those in the description box down below. We're going to be trying to get out as much content on GT7 as physically possible today and tomorrow. I don't know when I'm going to be going back to just regular daily uploads on the channel, but GT7's got me motivated to produce as much content as I can. So if you guys want to see anything, leave it in the comment section down below. We're going to try to get to some dual comms, some races online, drifting events, online meetups. There's so much to do on this game, and I'm excited to experience it with everybody as well too. The online system is still yet to be unlocked for me, and I'm trying, right? I'm trying to get there. Obviously, you need to do a lot of the cafe menus to unlock a lot of these. We did have a comment here from HAA, and he goes, small tip, reach level 7 to unlock extreme parts category in the tuning shop. It's been a long time since I played the license thing. Keep up the good work. Huge thank you for stopping by, my man. I really do appreciate that. But yeah, a lot of it though, the gist of it, I'm seeing people are getting stuck on some of these later licenses. We had Health 36 last episode. He goes, the later license has got me heated. So frustrating, but so fun at the same time. It really is though, and I had to go back in there last night to finish off the rest of my license tests that I had, because I think I have maybe 3 more left, and I couldn't go to bed without completing them all. Now I do have my final exam still on the ready, but I wanted to make sure I got all of my tests done before I went to bed. And it turned out to be like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm sitting there grinding license tests on GT7. Like, you just gotta go to sleep sometimes, right? Or just 1 more hour, right? 1 more hour is not gonna hurt you, right? What I did like though, they did use a lot of the esports drivers on the actual setups before you start these. You can actually see them talking. I did see Fraga in there, which is a very well-decorated Gran Turismo champion, Forza champion, I do believe as well too, so that was really cool to see him in there. Now the one big thing that I wanted to mention was the fact that I did not get 30 cars on my pre-order. I had a couple people let me know in the comments. Inherit WS, he goes, Slap, the deluxe edition gives you the 30 PSN avatars, not 30 cars, man. I thought it was the 30 cars. I see them all roll in. I got excited. I'm like, yes, I got a leg up on the competition. No, I got a Supra and 2 other cars. That's really about it. But it's not the worst thing that could happen. I got a Mill 2 on the pre-order. So I think I'm sitting pretty well right now. I would love to know down below what cash balance you have currently sitting in GT7. Now, some of these on the licenses were tough. It did take me a few tries to do them. I think this one right here got me quite a bit. You guys can see my best time was at 18.772 before running that. And no better feeling in the world crossing the line as you get the gold trophy, especially if you've been at it for a couple. And I think that is the frustration and satisfaction that only a game like Gran Turismo 7 can give you. I think that's why a lot of the people play these games, is to be challenged, is to have something that's going to push them and maybe make them a little bit angry. It's like hot sauce, right? Everybody wants to get angry a little bit, but under the right circumstances. I feel like GT7 license testing is those circumstances. You can get as mad as you like because it's your own self at fault. You can tell yourself, stop braking early, stop turning in. There's no one behind you hitting you, right? So I really have been enjoying the throwback. Just kind of, I have memories going back to when I was a kid on the PlayStation 1, the PS2, thinking that if I unlocked all the challenges, I'd unlock every car in the world, right? You just really didn't know back then what you would get with those licenses. So it was really cool to just, you know, re-experience this on the next gen in a new decade, in a new era of gaming and racing, and just to see the progress that Polyphony Digital has made over these last, you know, 25 years of Gran Turismo is breathtaking. It is absolutely astonishing. I'm going to take home that gold 19.3 trophy here, and the Toyota Tundra, glad to see it back in the game. You guys know I actually own this truck in real life. It is coming also to Forza Horizon 5 in the next few weeks, I do believe, as well too. So I'm going to be doing a nice little drift build on that. But today, though, I just wanted to get you guys caught up with what I'm doing on my side of things. I figured I'd record a bunch last night, talk over it for today, and just get a first impressions, first thoughts of GT7. The biggest thing, like I said, though, the wheel in the car, in the cockpit, is just weird looking to me, especially with the head wobble. It just doesn't fit right. Let me know if it's, you know, the same thing for you or not. But this was the last one, A9 with the Honda NSX. This was, I think, 10-minute mark in here. Been kind of, you know, just kind of a little frustrated, thinking if it's even possible at the moment. We're at 17.197, so we are inches from getting it, and this was the corner that I needed right here to do well on, and I did. Huge victory on that trophy for myself. Really did pat myself on the back there on that one, I feel like, right? Let me know your thoughts down below. GT7 going up all week on the channel. Subscribe with post notifications for all content moving forward. I'll see you guys back here maybe today. I'm out. Peace.